Alright guys, welcome back to the Pleasure Dome of Project Alpha. Spring has finally sprung, and this time of year attention has turned to paintwork. We want that to be nice and shiny, and there's 4 key things wrong with the paintwork on this car: the bonnet, the roof, the front bumper and the rear bumper. In this episode we're going to have a go with the rear and the front bumper to see if we can bring those back around. My name's Craig, I'm exhausted. Let's do this. So first things first, we're going to give this a bit of a spray down. It's got a bit dirty over the last few weeks, so we'll get all the dirt off before we make a start. Right, you can see there's a reasonable amount of beading on that as well, so it's actually quite got a reasonable layer of wax on it. So I'll just wipe that off. Well, that's all had a dry off now, so when you can, I'm not sure how easy it is for this to come up on the camera, but scratches here. There's discoloration in the paintwork. So this kind of whole area is like faded and flat along here. So, and around this corner here again. Can you see those scratches? You might be able to see them there. They're kind of all over the place, so not entirely sure why it's like that. It's not too bad down here, just along this bit where it's weather beaten. So let's get some masking tape on that, and then we'll have a go at it. Well, I will at some point be polishing the rest of it, but for now we'll just protect these areas we don't want to go at. Light bar probably polished as well, but not today's job. I mean, this is probably likely to be a stopgap for painting, to be fair. But there you are. There's a scratch there. There's a scratch there. And there's multiple scratches here, so I might need to get the wet and dry on those. So we'll get some fine sandpaper out. And then in the usual YouTube way, I need to do a before and after shot, don't I? So we'll take that area. We don't need to go too much down here. So it's this kind of area and up here into here. So let's get a bit of wet and dry, see if we can just get that sorted. Right, so I've got some soapy water and some 3000 paper, so I'll give that a bit of a go. Really carefully, mind. I mean, ultimately, this will go under the paint if it doesn't do a really good job. Right, this is a way to find out what kind of paint you've got as well. If you're coming back clear and you've got a clear coat on, you don't have to get blue, in my case, or in your case a different colour. You know you've got some kind of, you've got a single stage. I've just got that big scratch here, look. See what we can do about that one. Keep the area spread out, don't just press in one area because you'll wear through. So sometimes these big scratches, if you can't get it by going over a big area, then you're not going to get it. Let's just leave it, deal with it in a separate way. So that helps a little bit, that scratch, but I'm leaving it for now. Right guys, I've got 3 things to sort me out with this one. I've got my Maguire's Ultimate Compound. I've ordered some more professional paint paste, but that'll arrive in the next few days, so I'll get to that. But for now we're using this. Not bad, I've always had pretty good results with it. I've got my orbital polishing machine. It's not a DA1, so you have to be really careful with it. So I'll probably get myself a new polisher before I go and do the bonnet, and etc, etc. And then I've got my mini polishing handheld one, so this is pretty good for more of the detailed stuff. So we'll give that a go. Yellow pad and an orange pad. Yellow pad is for the medium cut. Orange pad's more of a light cut. So we'll go with start with the orange one and see how far that gets us, but take our time. Trying to keep these off the ground. Right, so I've just spread a bit of that Maguire's into the pad, so it's not just all dry. It's nice and lubricated. And then take a bit more of this and put on 3 little small dots for this polishing bit. Rub those in, a bit of extra, and then we'll give it a go. All right then. Turn down a little bit. sure it's nice and wet, that pad. That should be good enough. Into the detail bits here. Right, I'll take this off now. Give it a wipe, see what it comes out like. Pop a bit of detailing spray on there to get rid of all the compound stuff. See if we can bring it back. And I'll wipe down. Right, so it feels a lot smoother. So it's definitely cutting back and polishing, but I did sand it, so that could be that. And it does look better, but you can still see a hazing on the surface up here. So need to keep going at it, I think, for a while. Definitely better around here, but this needs a bit of work along here. I've gone as far as I dare on that corner. The scratch there, polished there, you can hardly see it. It's still there, you can hardly see it, so it looks better. And there are still scratches in this paint. I think this is heading towards a respray, but we'll give it a go and see what we can get from it for now. So back onto 3000 grit. Right, then we're just going to go around this corner, so you can see there's a scratch there, and some small scratches there, and then there's that kind of crazing over the top. So we'll get this bit done. How's that looking? Can still see just a bit of it. Right, that's as far as I'm willing to go with that. With the sandpaper, I don't want to risk burning through just for that scratch. So the little scratches are still there, but not as bad. So we'll get the polisher out and give that a go. Right, I'll put a new medium pad on here, so that will help. Again, I've primed it, put some dots on it. Let's go. Right, change of plan, guys. Yeah, I polished that up. Battery died, so I had to put you on recharge. And I could still see it polished up really nice, actually. But I could still see all the little hairline scratches along here. So I went back over it with 2,500, and it seems to have done a bit of a better job of getting those out. One across most of it as well, and around the other corner. So now we're going to polish this up. I figured to myself, you either get it out and it looks good, or you rub through and you've got to repaint it. Either way, you need to do something about it. So give it a bit more of a sanding down. Hopefully that'll sort me out, at least in the short term. Yeah, that's not clever. Oops. Oh my God. One slip up with this and you make a big mistake. So I've gone straight through the primer into the rubber below. So not a big issue. I have to paint this whole thing anyway. I was going to make it good enough for now, and it will be good enough for now. So I'll finish off polishing that, but we will have to get this off to paint it in the not too distant future. That's a decision made. I mean, this is all a bit dull and flat anyway. I think that the lacquer up on this bit, lacquer on the plastic, on the metalwork, it seems pretty good. But this lacquer on this plastic, I don't know if it's due to the thermal expansion of the plastic or what, but the lacquer on this plastic all the way around, hit this top edge here. I was just taking a battery and there's so many crazes and crackings along here. Is it scratches or is it cracks? But all this bit here just needs rubbing back. Well, it all needs rubbing back, but this bit in particular, rubbing back and then repainting. Okay, so we're going to get it done. But yeah, that's pretty rubbish, isn't it? So I'll just finish off polishing and buffing this bit out. That'll do me for now. I'll leave it as is, and then we'll get back around that and take it off and paint it. Right, I'm done. Back bumper is done. I've given it a bit of a clean. I put some Autoglym polish over the top of that and cleaned the back end and got rid of all that polishing compound because it made a right bloody mess. And yeah, so let's just go over it. So in cleaning it, you see more, don't you? So from shiny to dull to shiny to dull. Yeah, so that's gone through there. That's just flat still. Right, this bit here. So if you look at this here, you can see different colours and there's darker blue underneath. And this, to me, just looks slightly lighter than that. And it isn't just a trick of the panels, it is slightly lighter. Maybe that's part of the problem. I'm trying to get it to be like that, but it's just lighter colour. So I think that this bumper has been painted before, and that there underneath is the original colour. But I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, so crazing and cracking still. There's lacquer gone through just on this corner. And as I said, the lacquer's gone through here. I've gone through to the base there. You can see a dark colour just there. So it definitely needs painting. But my thumbnail to this video says, have I ruined my bumper? And honest truth, yes, I have. But was it rubbish anyway? I think it was. So yeah, inevitable truth about all this was it needed painting anyway. I'm just trying to bring it up the best I could in the meantime. And from a distance, actually looks pretty good. As long as you don't look at that bit there. It does look a bit shinier, but this still looks pretty flat. So yeah, we'll be painting that in the summer. Now, I've ordered a new DA polisher, a proper one, and I'm not sure it's just the tools, it's also the operator, so I need to learn to not be so gung-ho with these things and take my time, but lesson learned on that there. So hopefully that'll arrive soon and we'll get on to doing the front bumper and the bonnet, but as I say, taking my time. I've also ordered some new compound as well, so we'll see how we get on with that. But that's it for now, guys. I was going to do the front bumper in this video, but to be honest, it's too cold, and yeah, we've done enough for today, and I need to wait for those things to arrive in any case, so we'll get around to those later. So hope you enjoyed the video. Guys, if you're not subscribed yet, please hit subscribe now, and that'll really help me out. Cheers, thank you. Next time, we've got a bit more body work to do and tidying up and polishing, as I've said. And then we've got some rust to do on the sills, and I want to get into doing some work on the engine as well. And then after that, I'm going to move back onto the MGB and get the supercharger project back underway once the weather's improved a little bit more. But thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll see you next time. My name is Craig, and I'm exhausted. Ta-ra.